Hey there, Pisces. Welcome to your reading for, this is going to be for quarter 4 of 2023, if you can believe it. We're just going to jump right in here, Pisces, and in your current general energies, you have this change card and this high honor card. So you are definitely, everybody's in a time of change, but, really, but, I feel like you are definitely in a time of change. I'm hearing the word relief on the Six of Cups. It's almost like you are, I feel like you're getting some sort of relief or release. I really feel like the word that I'm getting is relief. And I don't feel it's like love or anything. It's almost just like a break that you feel like you're catching a break. The Six of Cups to me can be a gift from the universe. And usually the gift we receive from the Six of Cups can be, kind of like a turnaround. But specifically, if you're in a situation where you've been bumping up against an obstacle or, you haven't been getting the things that you want in life, it can kind of represent you overcoming those obstacles. So, you're off to a great start here. As always, there's something about someone from the past here, Pisces, spying on you or something like that. This has come up for you the past few readings. So, this person could be like a wounded warrior or whatever. And so I would be careful of anyone from the past, just in general here is what I would say, especially, Six of Cups. I don't personally consider the Six of Cups to be a card of someone coming back from the past. I know like every reader and their mother does, but really most like old tarot books say do not go back to the past with the Six of Cups. And it's just a card of like innocence and nostalgia. So it can just represent, thinking about the past or, something along those lines. So I feel for some of you, this could be you just, someone thinking about you. You have the Page of Swords here and you go down to the Chariot. So it kind of represents someone, hoping to have a victory with you, but I'm not so sure. I mean, we'll have to look into this. If anything, there definitely is new love here. Page of Cups, King of Wands, Knight of Wands. You have Emperor as well. You always get a fire sign, or you've been getting a fire sign showing up quite a bit. So it wouldn't really surprise me if it was a fire sign that was coming in for you here. And but overall, I just get this like a more of a sense of relief going on here, and I feel that this, just judging by this reading, it looks like things could be going your way, and that could be where the relief is coming from. You have these Seven of Swords. Again, if this is a past person, I feel like they're up to no good. I feel like you already know this about them. I feel like I say this to you every single reading, that you already know that this person is a liar. So, I would be careful in this situation for sure. It just looks like this person tried to get away with a lot of things. So especially, this obviously isn't going to be for all of you, but for those of you that kind of have you're a Pisces, so you probably had a hunch, you're a Pisces, that something was going on behind your back. And, I would say that probably with a bunch of people, you see how many people are back here. Could be a person who is like plotting with other people, who is dating a bunch of other people, whatever. I feel like this person thinks you don't know, but you do. So, I would just, avoid this at all costs so that you don't get hurt or whatever you can do. I also would encourage you to be tactical at this time in general. The Seven of Swords is a card of tactics. So it's a card of like doing things differently. It's a card of like, it says like, he's going to war. Let's put it this way. He's going to war. And instead of facing this army head on, he is doing it. He's going to war in a different way. So it's like, instead of going directly to war, he's stealing those weapons from them. So it's like, are there other ways? Are there better ways to do the things that you want to do in your life? And, again, I would just look into other ways of doing whatever it is you're doing. I also do get this energy of being too serious. Just looking around here, like, I think you need to have more fun, or you need to make sure that you're doing things to have fun at the end of the year. It's like not bad, it's just dull, right? And, I'm picking up on a little bit of that dull energy from not playing, not having fun in life. Six of Cups encourages you to be more childlike. You have the Queen of Pentacles. Definitely focus on your finances. We don't really have a lot of money cards here, but, I have a feeling just looking around at the cards that your money is probably doing pretty well, or it will be. The Queen of Pentacles is a card of being resourceful. I've been encouraging you specifically all year to be as resourceful as possible, meaning I don't care if you have $1 billion in the bank account. It's like, if you can do something without money, I would do it. Like starting a business without money. If there are things you have to pay for, it's like, can you get money by doing a side gig or side hustle? It's like, look for those extra opportunities. With the Six of Cups, we're using the Oracle of the Radiant Sun, by the way. You have this Friendship card. So some of you, I feel, could be making new friends. I do feel if you're attracting love, you could be starting as friends. You have the Two of Cups here, even the Knight of Wands. Sometimes I feel can be one of those things where it's like you start out, it just starts out as friendship and then kind of goes from there. I almost feel like you're going to be getting messages about this person. For those of you that want love, I definitely feel it's coming in like this the last quarter of the year where love could be coming in for you if you don't already have it. And again, even if you don't want love, very good for, that friendship card is very good for just friendship, just in general. With the Seven of Swords, you have this criticism card. Again, I would be careful of anyone coming in who's criticizing you. They're probably just trying to get you fired up. I think the best thing you could do is ignore it. So, again, this might be a past person who's coming in and, accusing you of a bunch of things that they did. That type of energy is what I'm getting here. So I would just not even entertain it, Pisces. I would completely ignore it, or block. If you happen to know who this person is, you might want to block them or whatever. So I would be careful. I would just ignore it, plain and simple. With the Queen of Pentacles, you have this control card, 2 cards of Capricorn here. You could be dealing with a Capricorn, you could have like a new Capricorn coming in for you is what I'm saying. But I also feel you're just like, look, he's on top of the world. And I'm pretty sure you had this card with me recently because I'm pretty sure I titled one of your videos on top of the world because of this right here, because he is sitting on top of the world. I feel like there's like these deep transformations coming in for you, especially in work or business, if you happen to have work or business. And, again, I feel like you're going to feel on top of the world, but I do feel this energy of transformation. He's sitting on the Ouroboros there. This right here is a snake eating its own tail. And the Ouroboros represents, it kind of represents reinvention. So I do feel like a lot of you could be reinventing yourselves. And again, this is saying to me that your abundance is coming from this reinvention, right? Next, we're going to look at the next big change that you can expect between now and the end of the year, basically the quarter 4. You have this card that says, own your time and give it meaning. Don't let it pass you by. You will be surrounded by people with different agendas. It may scare you away, but fight it. You got this. Yes, don't allow other people to sway you. I think this is like classic Pisces, right? It's like Pisces always does things that other people want them to do, and they always regret it. I still do this. I tell a story. A couple years ago, I had that office. I had a studio, but I didn't start this to have a studio. I didn't want that. But I let everyone convince me that I needed to get out of where I was shooting my videos, and I needed like a separate space because it would make me more productive. It made me significantly less productive, and I was resentful because I got talked into doing something that I didn't want to do, in the first place. So again, Pisces, you need to listen to yourself. And again, I have no one to blame but myself. I don't blame any of those people because I should have said, no, shut up. I don't do what you tell me to do. Plain and simple. Get over it, right? And that's what Pisces needs to do. You need to get some teeth and obviously don't say shut up, right? But maybe you can say, shh, don't talk. I don't care what you say. I'm living my life my way, right? And that's what you need to learn how to do here, Pisces. I also feel that some of you, I feel like you need to make sure that you are controlling your time and not wasting your time. Again, this could be with people. You have the Two of Cups here. So if you have wasted time in relationships in the past or anything like that, I feel it's saying, I don't think we ever truly waste our time, but, because, we get lessons, we learn things from these situations. But I do feel you being a little bit more aggressive like I just was, right? I feel you being a little bit more aggressive with your time, like in a good way. I think you're just saying, I think you're being reasonable, and so like if you're dating a person, for example, and they don't want to commit, I feel like you're, after a certain time, I feel you're just saying like, okay, this person doesn't want to commit, I'm out of here, right? So you're just being more, I feel like you're just being more emperor-like. Didn't I say this to you in your last reading? I'm pretty sure, because I'm pretty sure in your last reading you had the emperor as well. And I was saying it's almost like you're embracing this emperor type energy where it's like, I don't even think you're being a jerk. I think you're just being assertive. We go up to the King of Wands here. It's like, he has learned, the Nine of Wands, this guy here, the Wounded Warrior, he has learned like what boundaries he needs to set. He's learned how much time he can give to things. He's learned how to, how much he can invest in things and all that other stuff. So I just really feel this is like a great white shark Pisces that I'm reading for here. I feel like you are turning into that, great white shark, just setting boundaries, being confident, being sure of yourself. And, again, this is probably a change. And again, especially Pisces, when you change like this, when you become more confident, people are going to have something to say about it. You have the Page of Swords. Again, I do get like spying here. So I would just, if someone is spying on you, I mean, obviously there's nothing you can do, but what, if someone wants to spy on you, they're going to find a way, right? So I guess there's nothing you can do here, but I definitely feel it. I would encourage you to embrace your curiosity at this time. It seems to me like we are in a very curious time where if you're interested in something, whatever it is, doesn't matter. It could just be a new interest. I would learn as much as you can about it because, again, there's going to be a lot of abundance in doing that, in following your curiosity. You have the Two of Cups, so love. Definitely could be love. I kind of see two big changes here for you. Number one, you becoming very much more assertive and much more confident. I think the more you embrace that energy, the more you will become that energy. The more you become that energy, the more successful you will be. And that's what this reading is saying. So I would encourage you, again, be nice. I don't think you have to be a jerk or anything. Don't tell people to shut up, or like I said, but I do feel you're kind of in this very assertive position here, right? So I think that's a good idea. I also feel the next big change could be love. There could be a true soulmate coming in for you. I'm getting Leo here, but, it could be any sign. Take it how it resonates. Doesn't matter. But, I do know it is interesting because, people have to tell me, oh, Pisces Leo doesn't work. It's like, I know a couple of Pisces Leos that are very successful. The lady who invented Spanx, her and her husband, Jesse, they're Leo and Pisces. So, and they've been married forever. So, and there you go. They met because of Oprah. If you needed to know that, right? So, I don't know. It could be any sign. General reading. I don't care if you say you're not going to date a Leo or whatever. So who cares? Who cares, right? With the Two of Cups, you have this inspiration card. Yeah, I would definitely follow your inspirations. Where I say this every single reading, that we're in a very inspirational time. If you feel inspired to do something like take action, do something new with your life, if you feel excited by something, move in that direction. But I do feel you could also be meeting a person who inspires you. They inspire you, become like your muse, right? Something that you want to work for, or whatever. With the Page of Swords, you have this affair card. This is actually a good card. It is not like a cheating affair. It's like an actual positive love affair, but like in a good way. It's not like cheating or anything like that, like I said. And definitely could be love. This person could be Venus and Leo as well. And this right here is Venus and Leo. And this person could also be spying on you. So, I don't know. All eyes on you, Pisces, is what I feel like saying. I do feel like there is a lot of attention for you at this time as well, as always. With the Emperor, you have this eccentricity card. Yes, I feel like people are going to see you as very eccentric. You could also be attracting someone who is like a little bit more eccentric. Maybe they just do things in a different way. I encourage people, again, to be eccentric at this time. I really feel the astrology is it's rewarding the change that we see right here. I should have talked about this because, one thing I will say, I love this card, and there's this car on it, and it just reminds me, I think we're in a time of great change, and you're going to see a lot of those moments. Again, there's like a famous Mercedes-Benz advertisement that says, I think it says something like, there will never be more than 100 cars on the road, right? That is the advertisement. So, again, in times of great change, people make predictions that are always wrong, right? Like Mercedes-Benz, there will never be more than 100 Mercedes on the road, or whatever it was, doesn't matter, right? It was totally wrong. So, again, I feel like this is saying, you maybe are really good at recognizing trends. This could make you rich. This could make you successful. I do feel you need to pay attention to that because, again, if you notice something where people are saying, oh, there will never be this or that in the world, maybe you think that there will. And again, this is where it's important that you listen to yourself and not other people. If I had a nickel for every time, right, I would be rich, right? So, every time that I should have listened to myself. And that's what I would do here. I would make sure you're listening to yourself. I don't even think I talked about this high honor card as well. It's like we're going backwards in the reading, but I do feel like there's high honor coming to you. Again, it looks to me like you're really bossing up here with the Emperor. I think in your last reading as well, there was something about you bossing up, big time. Next, we're going to look at the unexpected. You have this body and soul card and this roots of abundance card. I definitely can see in your astrology, by the way, Pisces, how it's like mind, body, spirit are connected. I would be working on, the big four: health, wealth, happiness, and relationships. And that doesn't mean you have to be in love. That could just mean your close relationships. And, if you're one of those people that leaves a comment that I hate everyone, blah, 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 then you need to, number one, go get therapy. And then number two, learn how to build positive relationships. We are humans. We are tribal creatures. We're meant to have relationships. Sorry if no one's ever told you that. But what I would say here is that I feel it's almost like if you could work on balancing the big four, those big four things, that's where all your abundance is going to come from. So, I would definitely encourage you to, work on those areas of your life, not just body and soul. Like I said, health, wealth, happiness, relationships, all of it. And, but I feel like there's a ton of abundance coming in for you. You have the Four Cups here. Four Cups is normally like a card of disappointments and offers. Something like you need to pay attention to here, Pisces. Number one, this could be a offer from the past, and obviously it looks like you're ignoring it. But I also, really what I feel is this is a new offer, and I feel like it's saying don't let the past, ruin something new and good for you that could be coming in for you. So it's like there could be an unexpected love offer. Look at this. It's like this guy here, it's kind of funny because the Nine of Wands, he's looking up to the Two of Cups here, kind of, and you have the Page of Cups right behind him who's making a love offer. So it's almost saying to me that you could be guarded because of like past, a past person or past people that you thought you were supposed to be with that didn't work out. But if you would open up, it's like there's a person right here, right next to you, who wants to be in your life, who would be a really good match for you. So, again, I would be open, if you want love, obviously, I would be open to, new connections. It looks like there's something very solid that's coming in for you. But if you're too focused on the past, you're not going to see it. The Nine of Wands is also my card of experimentation. So, I kind of feel like this is saying don't give up. I actually, it's kind of, this might sound silly, but I kind of feel that you could be surprising yourself by not giving up. As in, it's like, it's one thing to say, oh, like, don't give up, right? But then it's another thing to actually not give up and then see the result of it when you're doing the same thing. The best example I can give you is this channel. It's like, not to talk about myself, but, I was stuck at like 40K for years, right? And I wasn't growing. I really don't do anything differently than I was doing that. It's like maybe my skills have improved or whatever, but it's like everything about the channel is still the same. I just didn't give up, right? So, that's kind of like what I'm getting here is that maybe you're not really doing anything differently in your life, whatever it is that you are working towards, but it's the fact that you just haven't given up. I feel you're kind of like, I think I said it in your last reading as well. You're like the little engine that could. You just have not given up on something. And that's going to lead to a victory. Is you not giving up is leading to a big win or a big victory in your life, some big change that's going to make you very successful. Some of you could literally be getting a new car. You have that change card and the Chariot. So, there could be a new car. Wouldn't surprise me if some of you were moving as well. So, but I also, feel major kind of like victory vibes on that card. But let's see what is going on for you. That birth card there wanted to come out. So some of you could be giving birth. Congratulations. You have another card. You have this protection card as well wanting to come out. I don't really take pop outs because this deck is just, kind of like very slippery. But let's see. With the Four Cups, you have this resistance card. Yes, open up to this person. Again, if there's new love approaching you, if you want love, obviously, then I would open up. You could be feeling a lot of resistance towards it, but I feel it could be a very abundant connection. I think you're just feeling resistance towards love in general. Again, it looks like maybe you were hurt in the past or whatever. With the Nine of Wands, you have this power card here. Yeah, you are gaining a lot of power if you don't give up. Look, we literally go Emperor to the Nine of Wands, power to the King of Wands. This to me looks like what I was saying, you becoming more assertive, sticking up for yourself, really bossing up here. So I definitely get that vibe. With the Chariot, you have this caution card here. Yeah, I would be cautious of like anything that's rushing into your life here. I'm going to ask, can we get more details on like what Pisces needs to be cautious about? Business, enterprise, although this is a very good card, so there could be a lot of abundance coming in for you, even though you have that caution card here. I would be careful if you're like traveling or anything like that, any issues with your car. I would just be careful of that stuff. Finally, in the area of the good stuff, you have this unlocking card. It says revelations, resolutions, openness, new path, solutions, destiny, success, significant answers, influential. I feel like you are becoming influential. You have this fortune teller, says psychic gifts, unexpected news, intuition, fate, seeking answers. Yes, I feel like you need to trust your intuition for sure. I kind of feel like you are becoming very influential. Again, you're like bossing up in this reading. You have the King of Wands right here, Page of Cups, Knight of Wands. So the King of Wands is about you being very bold and assertive. I do feel there could be a person that is a King of Wands type person coming in for you. Could be any gender. And again, I feel it'll be a very strong connection if you are looking for love. You have the Page of Cups here. Page of Cups, love offer. So again, I feel like there's something very good. I'm telling you, for those of you that have a business, this looks very, very good to me here. I might actually, not to drag this reading out, but I do want to pull more about what to be cautious about here in this reading. It's not very clear to me, so I can't leave a reading like that. We'll find out, but again, I feel for a lot of you, there could be a very solid love connection. I would be careful of the past. Going this direction here, you could say that this is saying be cautious of a past person. I would be cautious of a past person, especially if your like business is connected to this person or something like that. It's like maybe some of you know that someone was like using you for your business or something like that. And so I would just be cautious here. The word is caution. It's not, it's saying cautious. It's not saying like, oh, you have to be super worried, right? I would just be aware. You have the Knight of Wands. Knight of Wands is about going on an adventure, and so, again, I feel some of you, he's aiming towards the Chariot, so I do feel some of you could be going on a new adventure here, Pisces, but let's see. With the King of Wands, you have this devotion card. Yes, see, this person will be devoted to you. This is definitely a very solid connection. Again, I feel like this person is, a sign that you would normally not date, So again, I always tell people don't judge people based off their sun sign. It's all BS anyway. I can show you a million examples of every single, sun sign compatibility, two people that don't exist, that, shouldn't work together. And they do and have for many years. So my parents, Taurus and Leo, not supposed to work well together. They've been married forever. So, there you go. Sarah Blakely, the owner of Spanx, CEO of Spanx, whatever, her and her husband. So, the list goes on and on. But what I would say here is there might be some sort of difference. This is like my Till Death Do Us Part card. You can see this dead bird with this other bird here. So, I feel there could be like a Till Death Do Us Part type of connection coming in for you. But I feel like you have to be open to it as well. Could be a Taurus as well. And with the Page of Cups, what do you know? You have this fulfillment card. Definitely a lot of fulfillment coming in for you. If this a lot of fulfillment in this love connection as well. This could be long distance or something that requires travel here, Pisces. You can see that ship on there. But on top of that, I feel like a lot of you, this is a very good, I kind of said at the beginning of the reading, it's like there are no money cards here, but I get really good vibes off of your finances. So very good. With the Knight of Wands, you have this lust card. I kind of feel like this is what you should be cautious of, is someone rushing in a lusty position, just that it's just pure lust. This could be a past person, so I'd be careful of that. Can we get more details? Yeah, so I was going to ask about the caution card here. You have the Five of Cups, someone who has regrets, so I would be very cautious of a person who has regrets here. Yes, they have a lot of conflict and problems in their life. And let's pull one more. Yeah, it's like they're rushing in. See, this is what you need to be cautious of, is pushy, rushing energy. So if anyone comes at you, pushing you into something or rushing something, funny enough, Knight of Swords is my card of getting a second opinion. So if you are like buying a car, for example, with the Chariot, and you have that change card as well, it's like saying, if someone, if you're buying a car, and someone is like trying to force you, if they're like trying to push you into something, don't do it, right? Knight of Swords is always my card that says get a second opinion. So there you go. We're going to pull 5 themes now. You have this mountain road. It says you're on the road to success. Damn, Pisces, definitely a lot of success. Like the whole thing here is amazing except for 2, but you have this wealth card. Definitely a lot of success coming in for you. I'm telling you, I felt something about money. You do have that Roots of Abundance card, but there's nothing else there that really says it. But just intuitively, I feel like whatever you're working towards, again, what I would say is that your trick is going to be to push past that point where you normally give up with that resistance card. So that's what I'd say there. It's like, it's funny because I've been working with a, kind of like a coach for, I don't know, it feels like just a week, but it's been like months now, and for another business. And, again, it's like really kind of triggered a lot of those things in me where I see where I don't push myself harder, right, in like business and stuff like that. And, I've pushed myself harder during this time because of this person. They've really like pushed me forward, and it's been very helpful. So, again, I really feel for Pisces that the resistance card is saying push past that point where you normally quit, because that's where success is. You have success right here. You have this back card. It says, take care, enemies are working against you. I wouldn't even worry about it. Obviously, I would protect yourself. I would ignore it if people are talking about you and whatever, but I would also be careful of getting taken advantage of. Like, I got something about someone, who just wants to use you for your business or something. So, I would be careful of that, especially if it's like an ex. You have this horseshoe. It says, good luck. Definitely a lot of good luck coming in for you. And you have this card that says, too much concern with sexual matters. I guess that would be like the one warning from this reading as well, other than an ex, is that there could be a person who's too concerned with sexual matters. And, I would be careful of that person, especially if it is an ex. That, you have the Lust card, the Knight of Wands. in and out energy. I would be careful of someone coming in saying they changed. I feel like they're exactly the same. So I would be careful. But other than that, this looks amazing. I love this. And also stick up for yourself, Pisces. Again, I think the other important thing here is that card that says you will be surrounded by people with different agendas. It may scare you away, but fight it. You got this. Yes, focus on the Pisces agenda. That's all you need to focus on. Operation Great White Shark is what it should be called. So there you go. Thank you for being here, and definitely enjoy your quarter.